Blessings, Sagittarius. First of all, I want to thank you for all your beautiful comments and likes and subscribes from February. It really means so much to us when you tell us what you're feeling. And we are a community and we feel you. And because of that, I just really want to do a huge heart back to you because when we hear from you, it's a lot. First of all, our readings are clear because we have created a connection with you. And it touches our hearts, right? It does touch our hearts. So again, I just want to thank you. So enough of that. And let's move on to your March reading. I'm excited to see what comes through. Okay, let's get started. Little Roger Bear is going to join us. Okay, so you are starting with the 4. Can you lay down? Lay down. We're going to start with the 4. Okay, and this is in the spot of your awareness. I'm feeling as though you're starting to feel a little more, I don't, grounded isn't quite the word. It's more like, baby, you gotta lay down. I'll play with you in a little bit. Lay down. Lay down. Yes, I do love you. I know. Lay down. Um, sorry, I was distracted. Okay, coming back. I feel like Roger has a little message for us because he's just relentless right now. Okay, and he keeps licking my cheek, and I was gonna say things are starting to click, right? You're just starting to understand things. Um, Kind of maybe before it was just a feeling, and now it's coming to this place where you're like, oh, okay, I get it. I understand what's happening. Or I kind of like when you get a download and you can feel it, but you're not really sure what it is yet. Well, this card is saying that you're starting to get it. You're starting to understand what the message is. And maybe you're starting to understand what it is that you're actually going to be bringing into creation or form. And it may have taken a little while for you to see it clearly. And I'm really feeling not only are you starting to see it clearly, but it's like all of a sudden everything is clicking together. So that's what I'm getting here. Let's see okay, so in here's the creation piece. So whatever you've been working on. I do feel like for a while there, you could really feel it, but you weren't really sure what it is. It's kind of like, I know something is coming. I don't know what it is yet. And now all of a sudden things are starting to line up. And whatever it is that you're in creation of is starting to break the surface, if you will. And this is exciting. I think we'll move on. I'm not really getting too much more. I would love to hear what it is that you're working on though, because I know what it feels like to be in creation and just have it feel really abstract for long periods of time. So I just want to do a big shout out for you all because that isn't an easy thing to do and you are doing it and you are being rewarded. Okay, so there's more to come in. Both of these, the 4 and the 5, are both the cards of information more on an intellectual level. And so the 4 was kind of things starting to click together and make a foundation of whatever it is that you're in creation of. But then here comes this 5. It's like, okay, you thought that's what's going to be, it was, and then boom, you're given almost like a 180 where it's taking you in another direction, but know that it's not really, right? Because you had to hold it in the space that you were in before in order for that redirection to happen. Because it's kind of like you were planting an energetic pattern because eventually you're going to come back to it, is what I'm seeing. So I don't know what this is about, but I literally see that. Let's just take the journey here of what I'm seeing. So you kind of were hit with a creative idea, let's say, and you're starting to build and put energy into it. And then all of a sudden it kind of went into this space of where it was just not really doing anything. You're like, well, what do I do with it? It's like, this is as far as I could come and, or as far as I could go. And there's not really anywhere else to go with it until something else happens. And then you kind of had to help hang out there for a while, right? And then all of a sudden you started getting bam, 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 bam. There, like everything was starting to come into alignment and it was starting to break the surface. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, this is actually what it is. And you were shown this other piece, and then bam, you had to bring it over here. But know that what was created here, even though you might have to be coming over here to rebuild something or even build something new, this is still important. I hope that makes sense. So let's go ahead and see what you're getting the 6. Okay, so this is your reflection space as well. So this shift, this change in directions of what you were kind of in or are in creation of, let's say that this is actually you are in the process of having this happen. You are, with this 6, like immediately what I saw was like family, right? Your soul family. So whether it's your immediate family or it's your friends, if it's a community that you're a part of, it's the way, okay, this is making sense now. Okay, bear with me. So what what is actually shifting is you. It's how you're holding yourself in the creation. So you were showing up and you kind of started building it, and you started to get, oh, okay, this is what it is. This is what it is. This is what it is. And then all of a sudden an energy shifted and you kind of stepped back and you were like, oh, okay, I see this in a different way. And because you saw it in a different way, you showed up differently. And when you showed up differently, the people that are closest to you recognized that. But I'm getting chills because this is your sweet spot, right? This is the space where what happened is you realized I was creating this place from the old me. And now that I've actually started to bring it into creation. And during that time, you were so in the creation that you weren't really thinking about where it was coming from. But then when you stepped back and this shift came in, you realized I'm not the same person I was when I started creating this. I'm somebody completely different. And that's who I need to show up to now. And everybody is recognizing this shift in you. This is exciting. Okay, now it's what you're not seeing. You guys, I'm just getting full body chills on this. Oh my gosh. You guys are some powerful beings. It's all I have to say. It's like, I feel like the Sagittarius that come to this channel are are masters, right? You guys are masters, and there's something extremely powerful that is awakening in you. And that's what I'm feeling. Full body chills again. That's what I'm feeling in this card. It's kind of like you hit the bullseye. You may not know it yet, but you did. You hit the bullseye. And that bullseye is that 1 to 10. It's the 1 to 10 in your creation space. And it's bypassing kind of all of the mundane steps. So an example of this would be, let's say you're starting a new relationship and you're past the trauma bonding, you're past, we have to have everything in common, you're past having to have the same interest in diets. And it's like it's not that that stuff isn't important, because it is, but you're past all that, because you're in this place where you're identifying, is this a match through frequency? And knowing that regardless of what each person brings into the relationship, the focus isn't going to be on those kind of things. The focus is going to be, how can we reflect each other's purest frequency in order to uplift each other? Okay, so that's what it would show up like in a relationship. So now you can put whatever you want on that other side, is that it's a reflection of frequency, and that frequency is pure and crisp. It doesn't have judgment or expectation or attachments. It's just pure, right? Think about if a frequency is, I mean, even if it's a frequency of, let's say, like one of the lowest frequencies on an emotional level that a human can hold is shame. And I believe it's measured right around 20 hertz. But you have to remember that's an emotion. Okay, it's fleeting, it's in and it's out. But if we create a story around that emotion, then it creates a program that our body is always holding that's resonating in that frequency. This card is saying, let those emotions or those frequencies that you don't resonate in to just move in and out, and focus on the 9. So what is the 9? The 9 is the God frequency. It's the divine frequency. It's the ability to hold the frequency of the divine regardless of what's going on around you. That's why it's the bullseye, right? Because when you're focused on that, everything is divine. And another change, I'm just gonna say you guys are gonna have some changes coming up. Okay, so I know that you've probably been in some changes, more are to come, but they are so held and divinely supporting you. I love the saying, just be the change, right? Whatever is coming in, just let yourself be in it and just let yourself go, right? It's the part of us that wants to observe the change and judge the change and attach to the change and resist the change, that creates all of the kind of ickiness around it, right? These are good changes that are coming your way. These are exciting changes. This is not just a little change. This is a big change. And this change is for your divine purpose. Okay? This change is supporting you and being the master that you came here to be. Okay, so now we're gonna go to particles of possibility. Or no, I'm sorry, this is co-creation. And you're getting the 7, embodiment level of the 7. So this is new information. This is that direct phone line to the intelligence of the divine, of the source frequency. And it is just overflowing. I love this card. It was just like exploding out of the circle. So everything you need to know is there, right? It's not only is it there, but it's overflowing. Your cup is overflowing with information, with guidance, with support, synchronicities. I'm just going to pull another card here. Okay, yes. So, and okay, well, did I just say synchronicities? The 8 is synchronicities. You know what else I just got on this? Okay, I don't know who this is for. It won't be for everyone, but I just got that the information is directly connected to the monetary system and how it's being held. And you're going to be bringing in new information around abundance, money, how to hold consciousness there. I'll leave it at that because this is a co-creation space, but what is the co-creation? The information is there, the guidance is there. Allow yourself to hear the guidance and keep it in flow and synchronicity. Stay open to receiving the information through that divine technology, right? Your internal guidance system. See what DMT code. And you're getting the 4. So, okay, so whatever it is that you're creating over here, it's starting to break surface very, very soon. Okay, very, very soon. And the process of getting to that place where it's just like, oh, okay, so this is actually a tangible thing and I understand it. I'm embodying it. I've self-actualized in it. Just know that it's going to be an evolutionary process, and you're going to experience that through direct guidance and flow. So every time that you start to feel the static, just step back and let yourself reattune to the frequency of the divine or source, and then allow yourself to move back into flow. And it may be just don't do anything until you feel that click, right? That click with the divine, because it's always there. And I'd rather you wait than to take action from the static. Okay, that's so co-creation, stay in flow with the divine. Okay, here's another 8, you guys. For some of you, there's something really interesting that's coming through, and maybe it's a perspective shift around your abundance, but I really do feel that this is almost like a wealth code activation. What am I doing here? Of reading. This is a wealth code activation. So your particles of the possibility is just that. And here's your another 7 and your 8. So there's something around information within your abundance that's coming through that is going to be life changing, because down here I was literally getting a life changing moment. And then we have almost duplicate of these cards. I mean, it's definitely something, guidance around your abundance is going to be bringing you into a monumental change within your life. I'm going to leave it at that. That's going to show up differently for every single one of you. Okay, and then here is your probability is this is a thing. Like, right? Whatever you think it is, and you're like, I don't know what this is, it is a thing. It is happening. And now so over here, you're kind of in the first level of the structure and understanding it, and it was very much in the intellect. Now you're holding the frequency in your body. You're literally walking the existence. You're walking in the frequency of the creation that's coming through you. You are walking as the shift, as the change. And you are different. Like, you are different than who you were last month. You are a completely different person. And now that different person is embodied. You are walking the talk, right? That's what this means. It's your walk. You do what you teach, you do what you say. And here's another 9, you guys. 9, 9. What is this? Bullseye. Bullseye to the divine. This your bullseye, that you are truly walking as the divine frequency. And that divine frequency has a message that is literally shifting. I'm like, literally, this could show up as you're shifting the monetary system for yourself, your perspective, globally. I don't know what it is. You know what it is. It could be that your business just starts to take off. Like there is abundance coming for you. And, but I'm going to say this, you have a lot of fives here. You also have a lot of sevens. What does that mean? There's a change. Listen for the information of what your next step is. You have to do something, right? These messages that you're getting, you have to take action. And when you do, it is going to shift something within you. And I'm going to leave it at that. But I'm going to call this activation that we're about to do within your reading the wealth code. Okay, so let's place hands on heart, taking in a deep breath, bringing in that beautiful white blue light, just breathing it in, allowing it to trace along your brain and moving down through your spine, out through the mouth. Just feeling that beautiful frequency as it upgrades your internal system. And we will activate the DNA of every cell of your body with 3, 6, 5, 4, 7, 9. Just feeling as your cells activate, holding this high frequency, beginning to spin, creating an energetic pattern for you to experience synchronicities, flow, and direct guidance from the divine within you. Feeling that source frequency, raising the frequency of your physical body to 963. You are a messenger of source frequency. And this is in place of embodiment. You have self-actualized in this frequency. Allow yourself to explore that consciously. Okay. I hope that you resonated with this. This was big. Let's just say I'd love to hear what you're feeling in this activation and within this reading. If something is coming through, I want to hear about it. And I'm just super excited to see what comes through for you because I'm blown away with this reading. And I'm definitely going to get off and kind of sit in the frequency as I'm feeling that activating in my own body. I'm going to send you all so much love and a big hug. And until we meet again, go own it. Go own it. Go live it. Be in your mastery.